We'll discuss coordinate geometry exercise 5.2. So the question number 1, what is the slope of a line whose inclination with positive direction of x-axis is 90 degree and 0 degree? So they're saying slope is 90 degree. So you have to consider the slope as alphabet M. Okay. So alphabet M should be equated to tan theta. At theta, you have to substitute the given value. Just substitute theta as 90 degree. So find what is tan 90 degree. So tan 90 degree is infinite. Okay, it's undefined. Excuse me. Similarly, tan 0 degree is nothing but 0 only. So that's it. That's the answer. That's all. Question number 2. What is the inclination of a line whose slope is 0? So they're asking about the inclination. Inclination means they're asking about angle of inclination. Okay. So for the subdivision 1, you just have to equate this to m and take the m in terms of tan. So just equate this 0 to tan theta. So theta is equal to tan inverse of 0. So when you will get 0 in tan 0 degree is 0. So the answer is theta equal to 0 degree. That is the answer for the first option. And for the second option, they said the slope is 1. So again, m equal to tan theta equal to 1. Theta is equal to tan inverse of 1. Just check when you will get the value of 1. Tan 45 degree is 1, isn't it? So it's tan 45 degree. So the answer is 45. So you just have to memorize the table. You have to memorize the values of 0, 30, 60, 90 and 180. Question number 3. Find the slope of a line joining the points 5, root 5 with origin. Origin means it is 0, 0. Okay. So they're asking us to find the slope of a line joining the points 0, 0 and 5, root 5. 5, root 5. This would be line joining the point. They're asking about the slope. So how will you find that? When they give you 2 points in the question, x1, y1 and x2, y2, you have to use the y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 formula. So just aware of the formula. When they give you 2 points and ask you to find the slope, you just have to substitute this. So assume 5, root 5 as x1, y1, 0, 0 as x2, y2. Okay. So y2 is 0, y1 is root 5. Divided by x2 is 0, x1 is 5. So it would be minus root 5 upon minus 5. Minus and minus will cancel each other. And you can simplify this as 1 upon root 5. Is it clear?
Yeah.
The next thing, sin theta minus cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. Same method. You just have to assume this as x1, y1, and this is x2 and y2. Substitute in the same formula. Try this one, try the second subdivision and check whether you are getting minus cot theta or not.
Yeah, I got cot theta. Oh,
You got
sorry,
cot?
minus cot theta.
Minus cot theta. Yeah. Okay. We'll move to the question number 4. What is the slope of a line perpendicular to the line joining 5, 1 and P, where P is the midpoint of the segment joining 4, 2 and minus 6, 4. Let's put it in the coordinate plane first for understanding, for the better understanding. So they said 5, 1 is A. 3, 4, 5. Here you might be having 5, 1, which is A. 4, 2. So somewhere here. Minus 6, 4. Minus 6 in the x-axis. Minus 6, 4. And P, where P is the midpoint of the segment joining 4, 2 and minus 6, 4. So these two lines are getting connected. And they are saying P is the midpoint of this segment. So how will you find the midpoint? What is the formula for the midpoint? It's x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. So we are finding the midpoint for these 2 points, isn't it? So we'll assume this is x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. So it's x1 plus x2 upon 2, which means 4 minus 6 upon 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. What is y1? y1 is 4. 4 plus, what is y2? y2 is 2 upon 2. So minus 2 by 2, comma 6 by 2. You simplify this, you will get minus 1, 3. So minus 1, 3 is your midpoint. So it's minus 1, 3. Minus 1 means over here minus 1, 3 over here. So here is your P, minus 1, 3. So the line joining minus 6, 4 and 4, 2 will pass us through the point P. Is it clear?
Yeah.
What is the slope of a line perpendicular to the line joining A 5, 1 and P? Slope of the line perpendicular to AP. For example, in case here is your AP. The perpendicular line might be like this or else like this. So that is a formula to find. So first you need to find the slope of AP first. First we have to find the slope of AP. For finding the slope of AP, again we do have 2 points here. So you can go for this formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. A is 5, 1, which is x1 and y1. P is minus 1, 3. We just figured it out, which is x2 and y2. So substitute these value on this. You'll be getting the result as minus 1 by 3. And they said slope of a line perpendicular to the line. So it is perpendicular. Perpendicular means what you have to do, you have to go for this formula. It's minus 1 upon m. Okay. So this value is your m. So you just have to substitute that value. Minus 1 by 3 here. So it's minus 1 upon minus 1 by 3, which is 3. So when they exclusively ask you to find the slope with respect to perpendicular line, you have to go for minus 1 upon m. Otherwise, you can stop over here. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, the next question. Show that the given points are collinear. You know what is meant by collinear. All these 3 points will fall in the single line. So, to prove whether these given points are collinear, you have to say slope of AB is equal to slope of BC. When these two slopes are equal, all these 3 points will fall in a single line. That is the condition. Okay, so you just have to check whether slope of AB is equal to slope of BC or not. So you know how to check slope of AB. You just have to substitute in y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 formula. Similarly, for BC also you have to use the same formula. So they are getting for AB, for these 2 points, they are getting the answer as 3 by 5. And for these 2 points, they are getting the answer as 3 by 5. So slope of AB is equal to slope of BC. So from that we can say they are collinear. So again, same kind of question, but over here a point is missing. They mentioned the unknown point is A. The given points are 3, minus 1, 3, minus 1, A, 3, 1, minus 3. They are saying that these 3 points are collinear and we have to find the value of A. How can you find that? You just have to equate slope of AB with slope of BC. Okay. So this is A, B, and C. It's y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 formula. Let's find the slope of AB first. So this is going to be your x1, y1. Next point is going to be your x2 and y2. So y2 is 3, y1 is -1, all divided by x2 minus x1. 3 minus of -1, which is +1 upon a minus 3. So that would give you the result as 4 upon a minus 3. Okay. And for slope BC, what is slope BC? You have to calculate the next 2 points. Now this will be your x1, y1, and this will be your x2, y2, BC. It's y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So it's -6 upon 1 minus a for slope BC. So they said they are collinear, which means you have to equate slope AB to slope BC. So it will be 4 upon a minus 3 equal to -6 upon 1 minus a. So we can simplify this. You can write this as 4 into 1 minus a minus 6 into a minus 3. It's 4 minus 4a equal to -6a plus 18. So it will be -6a plus 4a and 4 minus 18. So it will be -14 minus 2a. So a is equal to 7. Is it clear?
Yeah.
The next question. The line joining the line to the points -2 comma a and 9 comma 3 has slope -1 upon 2. Find the value of a. So they gave you 2 points and they gave you the answer also. They gave you the slope value also, and they are asking us to find the unknown value of a point. Okay. So you know how to apply the formula. When they gave you 2 points, you will go for this. It's y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So just substitute this as x1 y1 and x2 y2. So after the substitution, it's 3 minus a upon 9 minus of -2. So you have to substitute the value of m also, because it is already given in the question. So it's 3 minus a upon 9 minus of -2 is equal to -half. So it's 3 minus a upon 9 minus of -2 is 11 equal to -1 by 2. So it's 2 into 3 minus a equal to -1 into 11. So it's -11. 2 3s are 6. 2 into a is -2a. So -2a is equal to -11 minus 6. -17 minus 2a. So a is equal to 17 upon 2. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Question number 8. The line through the points -2, 6 and 4, 8 is perpendicular to the line through the points 8, 12 and x, 24. Find the value of x. Line through the points -2, 6 and 4, 8 is perpendicular to the line through the point 8, 12 and x, 24. Let's draw a rough diagram. minus 2 comma 6, like let's assume minus 2 comma 6 is somewhere here. 4 comma 8 somewhere here. I connected these 2 points through a line. 8 comma 2, I mean 8 comma 12. And x comma 24. So 24 means the y-axis will be length. But we are not sure about the x. So that we need to find. So you are considering this line as AB. The other line is CD. They're not sure about this C. It's CD. They're saying the line through the points minus 2 comma 6 and 4 comma 8 is perpendicular to the line through the points 8 comma 12 and x comma 24. Which means AB is perpendicular to CD. That's what they are trying to say. They're trying to say that this line is perpendicular to this line. So when two lines are perpendicular to each other, their product of the slope will be equal to minus 1. That is the condition. When two lines are perpendicular to each other, their product of their slope will be equal to negative 1. Remember this condition. So from this it is understood that you have to find the value of m1 and m2 and you have to perform multiplication and you have to equate it to negative 1. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And for finding the value of m1, they gave you 2 points. You know how to find by using y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 formula. You'll assume this as x1, y1 and this as x2 and y2. So by using this formula, you will find the value of m1. So you're getting the answer as 1 upon 3. Similarly, for CD, again you will use the same formula and you will assume 8 comma 12 is x1 and y1, x comma 24 is x2 and y2. So if you substitute that, you will be getting the m2 value as 12 upon x minus 8. The condition is you have to multiply both the slope and equate it to negative 1. And what is slope m1? It's 1 upon 3. And m2 is nothing but it's 12 upon x minus 8. Equated to minus 1. So it's 12 upon 3 into x minus 8 equal to minus 1. It's 12 equal to minus 3 into x minus 8. So that would be 12 equal to minus 3x plus 24. So it's minus 3x is equal to 12 minus 24. It's minus 12 and minus 3x. So x is equal to 12 upon 3. So x is 4. Understood, Manasi?
Yeah.
Question number 9. Show that the given points form a right-angled triangle. Check whether they satisfy Pythagoras theorem. So, right-angled triangle in the sense like this. And they're asking us to check the Pythagoras theorem also. So what is Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse the whole square is equal to sum of opposite square and adjacent side square, isn't it? So in triangle, you do have 3 points like A, B, C. I already told you this. If two lines are perpendicular to each other, from this we can say the line AB and AC are perpendicular to each other, isn't it? When two lines are perpendicular to each other, their product of the slope will be equal to -1. That's what we learned in the previous question, isn't it? When two lines are perpendicular to each other, their product will be, their product of their slope will be equal to -1. From the diagram, you need to find what is slope of AB and slope of AC. And check whether their product is equal to, whether their product of the slope is equal to -1 or not. So slope of AB, it's very simple. You know the formula already. It's y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this is x1, y1, and this point is x2, y2. So you found the value of slope of AB. And for finding the slope of AC, you will take this point and this point. So slope of AC is equal to -1. So according to the diagram, this line is AB and this line is AC, isn't it? A, B, C. So slope of AB into slope of AC should be equal to -1 because these two lines are perpendicular to each other. So 1 into -1 is equal to -1 only. So from that we can say, yes, these two lines are perpendicular to each other. From this we can say the given points form a right angled triangle. Okay, condition 1 is being checked. Is it clear?
Yes.
The next thing is they're asking us to check the Pythagoras condition. So in Pythagoras condition, it's BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square. For finding the value of BC, you just have to take square root. So you know the value of AB square and AC square. How will you find AB? Let me tell you how to find AB, AC and BC. Square root of y2 minus y1 the whole square plus x2 minus x1 the whole square. This is how we will find the line. What is AB? A is 1 comma minus 4 and B is 2 comma minus 3. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. y2 is -3, y1 is -4. So minus of -4 will become +4. x2 minus x1 the whole square. x2 is 2 and x1 is 1. So it will be -1 the whole square plus 1 square. Square root of what plus 1? It will be square root of So that is your AB. Can you follow this?
Yeah.
So use the same formula for finding the value of AC and BC. Okay. And just substitute in the theorem. So AB is square root of 2 and AC is square root of 18 and BC is square root of 20. So it will be 2 plus 18. Here it will be 20. So 20 is equal to 20. Is it clear?
Yeah.
So from that we can say it follows Pythagoras theorem. The subdivision 2 is also same kind of problem. We'll move to the next question. Show that the given points form a parallelogram. They gave you 4 points and they are asking us to find whether it forms a parallelogram. They drawn the parallelogram already. To be a parallelogram, the slope M1 and M2, M3 and M4 should be equal. M1 should be equal to M2 and M3 should be equal to M4. Which means, what do you mean by parallelogram? In parallelogram, the opposite sides will be parallel, isn't it?
Yeah.
When two lines are parallel, their slopes will be equal. When two lines are perpendicular, their product of the slope will be equal to -1. Okay, remember the condition. When two lines are perpendicular to each other, then their multiplication of their slope will be equal to -1. And when two lines are parallel to each other, like this or this, then their slope must be equal to each other. Okay. So in parallelogram, we can say, from the diagram itself, we can say the line AD is parallel to line BC. And similarly, the line BC is parallel to the line AB. Okay. So you have to prove M1 is equal to M2 and M3 is equal to M4. You know how to find the value of M1 by using this formula. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, try one condition. Just check whether M1 is equal to M2 or not.
Yeah, I got the answer. They're parallel.
They are equal. Okay. So use the same methodology for calculating the value of M3 and M4 also. From that we can say they are parallel to each other. And they're also trying to prove this. They're saying that midpoint of a AC should be equal to midpoint of a BD. They are taking the diagonal lines, okay? Midpoint of the diagonal lines should be equal to each other. That is also a condition to prove the given diagram is a parallelogram. You know how to find AC. You know how to find the midpoint of BD. What is midpoint? It's x1 plus x2 by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 by 2. For calculating the value of AC, for calculating the midpoint of AC, assume this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. And substitute in this. You get the answer. So midpoint of AC is 2.5, comma 5. I mean 0.5. Similarly, use the same formula for calculating the midpoint of a diagonal line BD. So you are getting 2.5, comma 0.5. So both the midpoints are equal. From that we can say the given points creates a parallelogram. I hope it is clear.
Yeah.
The next question, A, B, C, D. Again, they gave you 4 points. They're asking if these 4 points form a parallelogram, then find the value of x and y. So you just have to use the same strategy again for finding the value of x and y. They're simply checking the midpoint of the diagonal lines are equal or not. So they are taking midpoint of AC and midpoint of BD, and they are checking whether the midpoint of BD is equal to midpoint of AC or not. Here they told you it creates a parallelogram. So we have to equate it. We have to equate them and we need to find the value of x and y from that. How can you equate? You can equate this point to this point and the second point to the second point. Okay. So x minus 2 upon 2 is equal to 3 by 2. This y minus 3 by 2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. So by equating, you'll be able to find the value of x and y. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Question number 12. They gave you 4 points and they're asking whether this ABCD is a trapezium or not. So to be a trapezium, you have to know this condition. If only one pair of opposite sides are parallel, then it is said to be trapezium. Parallel means this slope will be equal to this slope. Yeah, which means this two lines shouldn't be parallel to each other, which means M3 should not be equal to M4. Only one pair should be parallel to each other. Are you getting?
Yeah.
So you just have to prove whether M1 is equal to M2 and M3 should not be equal to M4 for trapezium. For parallelogram, M1 would be equal to M2 and M3 would be equal to M4. But for trapezium, only one pair should be equal and the another pair shouldn't be parallel. So you're finding the value of M1 and M2. You know how to do it by using Y2 minus Y1 upon X2 minus X1 formula. So they are getting the answer as 0 and 0 for M1 and M2. So from that we can say the M1 is equal to M2. So you have to check M3 and M4 as well. For M3 you are getting the answer as 3 upon 4. For M4 you are getting the answer as negative 3 by 4. Which means they aren't equal. So we can say only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So ABCD is a trapezium. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Again, they gave you 4 vertices. They gave you 4 vertices and they're asking show that the midpoints of the sides forms a parallelogram or not. So you have to find the midpoints of these 4 sides first. That should be the step 1. In step 2, you have to check the parallelogram condition. In parallelogram, what do? We'll just check whether M1 is equal to M2 or M3 is equal to M4 or not. Is it clear, Manasi?
Yeah.
How do you find midpoint? By using x1 plus x2 by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 by 2 formula. Question number 14. They gave a rhombus. PQRS is a rhombus. Its diagonals PR and QS intersect at the point
The
M.
sum is not there.
The sum is not there.
Yeah, only
Okay.
13 sums are there.
Only 13. Very good. Okay, no problem. Then we can skip this one. So we'll just quickly summarize this exercise. We learned about the distance formula. For example, for calculating the line joining A and B, you do use y2 minus y1 the whole square plus x2 minus x1 the whole square underneath the square. For calculating the value of slope, when they gave you 2 points like x1, y1 and x2, y2, you have to use this y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 formula. And when 2 lines are perpendicular to each other, when 2 lines are perpendicular to each other, their product of their slope will be, equal to -1. And when 2 lines are parallel to each other, their slope will be equal. Okay. This also we discussed. And we discussed how to find the midpoint also. It's x1 plus x2 by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 by 2. And we discussed about parallelogram. To be a parallelogram, all the 4 sides should be equal. Isn't it? I mean, opposite sides should be parallel to each other. Opposite sides are parallel to each other. So M1 should be equal to M2 and M3 should be equal to M4 in the parallelogram. And in the trapezium, only one pair should be parallel to each other and one pair shouldn't be parallel. So M1 should be equal to M2, where M3 shouldn't be equal to M4. I'm talking about the slope. And we also discussed about the Pythagoras. We know how to calculate the Pythagoras from the right angle to triangle. So you just have to check this condition. And to check whether the given points forms a right angle to triangle or not, you just have to use this condition. You just have to check whether M1 into M2 is equal to -1 or not. So you'll be finding the value of, you will be finding the slope of AB and slope of BC, and you will multiply their product and you will check whether it gives -1 or not for checking whether the given points forms a triangle or not. This is for checking. I mean, not triangle, they'll mention, they'll specifically mention as right angle to triangle. So they might ask you parallelogram, triangle, and trapezium. And this point, you always have to keep the slope in terms of tan theta. So by heart the values of tan. That is also there. I think we are done with the exercise. Do you have any doubt in that exercise, Manasi?
No.
No, you're clear. Okay. The 5.3 is also quite similar to 5.2 only, but you will be learning about the intercepts in that. You'll be learning about the intercept form, like x upon a plus y upon b equal to 1. Mostly the other things would be same as that of your 5.2. It would be very easy. Okay, shall we discuss this 5.3 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, then shall we stop here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Then I'll stop here.